Hi there, my name is Liza. This is my art channel. Today I'm doing something a bit different. I am doing a sketchbook flip through. These ones here are the main sketchbooks we're going to be going through. The reason I have chosen those specific sketchbooks is because if I were to actually get all of them, it would take hours of filming and I do not have time for that. So I decided to get the ones that I thought were the most valuable to me, that I really saw myself growing in that time in terms of art, and so these are the ones that I chalked down to. So this one here is my very first sketchbook. You could say sketchbook, it's actually a folder, but the reason I call it a sketchbook is because it has all my sketches that I did when I was in year 7. This is my first one. I was at a camp when I was in year 7. These are the cows I saw, and these black and white things, they are the cows. And so I had brought my sketchbook and I decided to draw some cows. The next sketch is one with pastels. I don't know if it's chalk pastels or oil pastels, but they are pastels. This is another one, another still life. I think the teacher helped me a lot with this. I think she did, because this doesn't look like my level of art back then. So to give context, there is this old shipwreck that is close to where I live, and we decided to sketch it, and this was the sketch when I was in year 7, and then we decided to do it in watercolor, and this is what I did with it. This is another watercolor I did. It was of a plant. I do not know what the plant name is, but I know it is a plant. This is a kookaburra. I did not finish it. I spent too much time on sketching it. I think I put so much effort into the drawing aspect of it that I was so nervous to actually touch this with paint. This one here is one of the first animes I've ever watched. My friend who was in an older grade recommended this anime to me, but it was called Dead Man Wonderland, and this was the character. I was in love with this character. Like, she was amazing, even though she was crazy. I'm pretty sure I copied it off somewhere though, me being in year 7. It was a term when we were learning to draw hands and also doing an anime, and this is the hand when I was drawing. So this one here is actually another folder. I was in a phase where I was trying to make my own sketchbooks. It didn't last long. So it says first and it says second sketchbook. I was experimenting a lot. Oh, and this was Stranger Things shows. All of these are characters from TV shows. Like this one's from Steven Universe. This one's from Steven Universe. This one is from Star and the Forces of Evil. And this one is from Stranger Things. This one is from Studio Ghibli. I have no idea where this is from. I think this was just a crazy idea I got. Second one's, I think it's unfinished. Yeah, it's unfinished. I think this was a monster sonar I tried doing. So this was the art style I had back then. So I was trying with more simplified ones. I think one of my favorite YouTubers back then were doing an artwork like this, and I tried to copy one, but doing my own little spin on it, like putting my favorite characters in. My more realistic ones that I was really proud of, and I used watercolor pencils with it. So I think I went through a phase where I just loved drawing tigers. So my brother had recently bought this D&D set, and he made me a dwarf in the game, but I decided to draw the characters, and these are the characters. So there's me, and they're supposed to be my dad. I tried drawing a landscape, but I didn't know how to I didn't know how to use perspective, so it's a bit all over the place. There are the little tiny characters. It was an idea. You can say I was in the doodling phase where a lot of the YouTubers I was watching were doing this type of art. Alright, the next sketchbook here is this one. It is actually the one I did in 2020 when I was studying for a different degree. I was studying education, and on top of that I was also doing a Bachelor of Art. We practiced drawing a banana. You can see there's the tonal values I had. I was drawing some birds. You can see. And this is the duck. I named him Models. Not that he is a real duck. Here's the other one, was an owl as well. Our assignment was basically using graphite, and we had to draw from observation, meaning we had to draw what we saw. So I did. It's the drink bottle that was there. And then in the same day, I decided to draw some headphones, and that is what I handed in as an assignment. Another one that I saw on my table. I also drew this one here. It's a clock and a cup my friend gave me. I was also trying to do portraits at that time, but I was really bad at drawing hands. So I got halfway, but you can see over here I didn't get to draw the hands. I felt like I did so well in the face, I'd just ruin it if I tried to draw the hands. Which is good because the following page I actually did some more practices on how to draw hands. Here's some more hand practices. I like to put highlighters around them because it just made it look more aesthetic. I decided to make our two characters just have conversation with each other. And it's just like, ready to go to the beach, and the banana isn't really that happy. This one here is just a random doodle. It looks more like cells in blood or something. You know how like if you're in biology class it looks like that. I like the look of it. This one here, that's my very first self-portrait. It's me. Here, this was also my assignment. It was done with some colored pencils. It was quite simple actually. I was supposed to have this amount of artworks and I was missing one, so I just did a random one. Ones are more of the painting ones. I'll show you both of them. I did some birds, so this is a kookaburra. This is a kookaburra here, and this one is a rainbow lorikeets because I live in Australia, and these are Australian birds. This one is done in just colored pencil, and this one is done in gouache. You can feel the texture. Yep, it's done in gouache. This one here is this corner store I did, and I just never finished it. Maybe I should finish it because I am getting a bit of the lighting right. It's just, I think I get overwhelmed. Like there's so many elements and I don't know which one to start with and which one to finish with. That is it for this sketchbook. And then this is first semester. And then this is second semester here. We were moving on to paint, and this is a paint practice we did. We were learning techniques. So this is actually all dried paint, and I just peeled them off and stuck them to my book because I thought it really looked cool. And so these were parts of the palette I used in one of my artworks, and I just stuck them to my book. I wanted to just fill a page with paint, so I filled a page with paint. It's a tiger. This is another tiger one I did. The eyes are a bit off. So my teacher gave me a brush pen to borrow, and this is the artwork I did with the brush pen. And I loved it so much that on the way home, I stopped at Officeworks and bought my very first Copic marker. It was $10, but it was so worth it because when I got home I did this one. I can't find another one. I tried doing a portrait and this is what I got. I struggled with shadows. You can tell I was still struggling. I still am. I still struggle to identify where shadows are, especially on a face. For some reason my brain just doesn't click when it comes to those things. I made this guy. It's a little skeleton holding a cactus. It's a space skeleton holding a cactus. Another character. This is another one I did to try and practice on lighting, and this is the one I did. It's a leopard, so you can see, and it is done with Copics. I haven't finished it. Maybe I should. There's this one here. I was practicing to draw some masks. The only Copic thing I used here was the black ink one. These ones I think were just usual like grey pen that I found. Instead of doing skin colours with the person, I tried doing greens, and it was more like an apple colour, so with the red and the green skin. This one here is a bit more abstract. I use gold. I use a gold pen with it. And there's another one with the same style. I was just experimenting with the styles as well. So I think I was trying to draw a self-portrait and then do something mystical on this side. So this is the first half. Is a girl eating noodles, and I decided to experiment with it a bit more. So I transferred the character and put her at a table with Medusa and an elf that likes to drink beer. So this is the character. I decided not to go further with it and to paint it. I just liked it as it was and just kept it like it is. And that is it for this sketchbook. We are done. This was the more recent ones I've done. This is done in a span of a year. So this is a year's worth of sketches, drawings, and practices. These two here are more of me when I was starting out. Anyway, that is all for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Please comment what would you like to see in the next video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and push the bell notifications so you don't miss another video.